Jill. We're gonna do some Pilates together. So you told me you have springs, and I don't know how your springs feel. So I'm just gonna give you suggestions on whether, because I have one heavy, three mediums, and one light. So I'm gonna give you suggestions. I'll do a little pause so you can do one try, and then you can tweak the spring really quickly and see what feels good for you, okay? So I've got my reformer right here, and I've got my foot bar down low to start with, so it's flat, and I think yours can do the same thing. So if I remember correctly, I think that's what it works. So I've got one light spring on, but you might want to put a medium. I would say one light or one medium would be a good way to start. So we're going to start off on our knees. So I've got my knees up against the edge of the carriage, and I've got my hands on the foot bar right here, which is nice and low. So we're going to start with a couple cat-cows. So you're just going to take a breath, and you're going to lift your ribs, drop your head, round your spine, and then inhale, release, and let it go. Again, exhale, round your spine up, inhale, release, and let it go. One more time, round your spine up, inhale, release. Now I want you to lift your ribs up so your back is nice and flat. Shoulders are over wrists, knees are over top of hips. So I've got a nice strong spine. Let's try one rep, and like I said, I've got my one light, and we're gonna inhale. We're just gonna move the shoulders and come right back. So I think one light or one medium both work great. Here we go. So we're gonna do 5 reps. So we're gonna inhale, open our shoulders, exhale, come back in. My knees stay underneath the hips. Inhale, open, exhale back. Inhale, open, exhale back. Inhale, open, exhale back. One more time. Open the shoulders, bring it back in. Now I'm going to keep my shoulders over the wrist, but now my lower body's going to move. So with the breath, I'm going to take my knees and hips back. Exhale, pull them in. So I've got to engage and use my lower abdominals. Inhale, take them back. Exhale, pull them in. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale, back. Exhale, back. 1 more time. Draw it back in. Now we're going to blend it together. So with the breath, I'm going to inhale, open my shoulders. Exhale, I'm going to take my knees and hips back. Inhale, the arms come in first. Exhale, knees and hips. So I say arms, knees and hips. Arms, knees and hips. Arms, knees and hips. Arms, knees and hips. 2 more. Arms, knees and hips. Arms, hips. 1 more time. Arms, hips, arms, hips. Now I want you to walk your knees together. So they're touching. You're engaging and squeezing. The shoulders stay over the wrist. I'm going to float my knees back so it feels like I'm in a kneeling modified plank. Only the arms move. So I inhale, take it back. Squeeze my lower body to pull it in. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, back. Exhale in. So every time when I'm about to come in, I think about squeezing my inner thighs and my glutes a little bit more. Let's do 3. Squeeze them in. Helps to protect my back. 2. Squeeze it in. 1 more time. Bring it in. Sit your hips back and just add a stretch. Maybe a child's pose, whatever feels good, just stretch it out. And then come all the way up. So I'm going to lift the foot bar. I'm going to bring it into place because we're going to go into footwork next. So I bring my foot bar up. I like my headrest up, but that's a preference. And then I put all my spring on but one because I like my footwork to be, a little on the heavy side. So just add the spring that you normally would do for footwork. And then we're going to lie down our back and we're going to stay here, okay? So you're going to lie down on your back. Make sure you've got space between you and the shoulders. All right, so I'm going to start with my feet in Pilates V. So it means heels touch, toes turn out. I've got my toes on the bar. My heels are touching. My legs are in a V shape. Pelvis is neutral. So when you're ready, we're going to take a breath and push out. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, out. Exhale, back. Reach and return. Reach and return. Let's do 8 and back. 7, 6, 5. So I'm pulling the legs together. 4, squeezing 3, 2. Extend your legs all the way out. Bend your knees, come into a halfway position, and do little pulses. 10 more. 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs out. Bend your knees in. Now I'm going to make my feet parallel. So I'm going to place my heels on the bar. My toes reach up to the ceiling. And now with the breath, we inhale, go out. Exhale, return. Pelvis stays neutral. Exhale, return. There's no rocking and rolling. And back. Out. Back. 8 more. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Press it out. It's like you're standing up tall. Bend your knees, come into a nice deep squat. Pulse it out. 10 more. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees back. Now I'm going to put my toes on the bar. And I'm going to rise up onto my toes by lifting my heels up in the air. So I want my heels to stay lifted. And then I'm going to extend my legs out. Keeping the heels up, bend the knees in. Reach it out. Bend the knees in. So inhale, exhale back. Inhale, exhale back. Inhale, and back. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it out. Now start to lower your heels below the bar. I'm dropping my heels below the bar, feeling that good stretch up the back of my leg. And then you're going to lift and lower the heels 10 times. So we rise up, drop down. 2, drop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rise up 10. Bend your knees back in. Set your heels wide on the bar. And when they're wide on the bar, we turn the knees out if that's okay with your hips. And then when you're ready, you're going to press your legs out. Pull them in. Press them out. Pull them in. Reach and back. 8, 7. Remembering to breathe. I like an inhale out, exhale back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in halfway like we've done. Little pulses. 10 more. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Come back in. To finish out, we're going to place both heels back in the center of the bar. If you need to change the spring, if it hurts your knees, come up and change the spring. But we're going to do a single leg. So I'm going to lift one leg at the tabletop, one foot stays on the bar, and I'm pressing out for 10, 9, coming all the way in, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to set my other foot on the bar, bring the opposite knee to table, and I go again for 10, 9, 8, 7, your feet, give them a little shake. Take your hands, I like to grab onto either the shoulder blocks. I have these pegs back here, so I grab onto those. You're gonna lift your knees into tabletop so they're no longer touching the bar. And with an inhale, I'm gonna start to add a twist to my spine. So getting some rotation and back to center. Inhale, I twist to the other side. Exhale, back to center. Again, inhale, we twist. Exhale, back. Again, twist. Exhale, back. One more time. Rotate over and bring it in. Last time, rotate over and bring it in. Nicely done. Go ahead, come up. So we're gonna go back down into our backs. We're gonna use our hands in the straps next. So I've got my loops back here and my hands are gonna go inside of them. So I'm gonna go either I can do 2 medium springs, or sometimes I do a medium and a light. But you want 2 springs on probably. I'm gonna go 2 medium today. 2 medium or medium and a light, whatever you like for hands and straps. All right, so I'm gonna roll back down onto my back. Feet are on the foot bar, space between shoulders and the blocks. Go ahead, place your hands in the loops and your hands reach up to the ceiling. When you're ready, lift your knees into that tabletop position. Head to ribs to hips are a straight line. Take a breath in, exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, push for 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push for 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 4. And lift. Last one, 5. Now open them out to make the letter T. Open, push them back. Open, push them back. 3, and back. 2, and back. Last one, bring them in. Now bring your fingers to the ceiling. We make a combination. We go to our hips. Open to the T, back into the hips, to the top. Again, hips, open to the T, hips, back to the top. 3, find your hips, and back to the top. Exhale, 4, open up hips, and back to the top. Exhale, 5, open up, back to the top. Come back to the ceiling, let your feet find the bar. This is a good time to stretch. Take your knees and hips to both sides. We're going to start lifting our head. If for any reason that doesn't feel good today, you just keep your head down. All right, knees are back in tabletop. So you're going to start with a breath, nod your chin. When you're ready, exhale, curl up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, back down. 3 more curl. Inhale, back. 2 more curl. Inhale, back. Last one, curl up here. Now slide one leg out, one leg stays in, single leg. Here we go, reach, 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 reach. Here we go, keep it going. And we go 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pull both knees in and lower your head. Your hands are still by your hips. With an inhale, lift your arms, stretch your legs out. Exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Let's do 4 more. Open and return. 3 more. Open and return. 2 more. Open and return. Last one. Open. Bring it back in. Lift your arms up and take your feet to the bar. So I'm placing the handles back on the pegs, and then I'm going to come up to a seated position. Excellent job. So I'm going to go to 1 medium spring, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my headrest down to the floor, and I'm going to turn around and face the back side of the reformer. So the foot bar can stay up. I'm just going to have my back to you at this point. So I'm going to thread my legs through the headrest space. They're going to stay right here. And then I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and I'm going to place the handles in my hands. All right, so we're going to start by bringing the arms to a goalpost shape. So I have bent elbows, shoulder to elbows, 90 degrees. I've got a nice long spine. With an inhale, you're going to go back with a flat back. So you're going to inhale, breathe, and reach. Exhale the air out to come up tall. Again, inhale, flat back. Go back and reach. Exhale, lift up nice and tall. We do 3 more. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come up tall. 2 more. We reach it back. Exhale, come up tall. 1 more. We take it back. Exhale, come up tall. Now I want you to crisscross your loops. So I crisscross them, they make the letter X. I'm still going to stay tall. My back is super straight, and I'm going to pull the straps open and close. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 6 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. I'm going to put the straps on their pegs. And I'm going to come up to a kneeling position. I'm still going to be facing the back of the room. We're going to do what's called chest expansion. So I'm going to come kneeling onto the carriage. And my knees are up against the blocks. They don't have to be, but they just somewhere on the carriage. You're going to be upright. So I'm on my knees. Knees are underneath hips. Ribs are over top of hips. I'm going to pick up my handles and decide how much resistance you need. Think about a straight back, and with an inhale, we pull the arms back. Exhale, let the fingers come forward. Inhale, we breathe. Exhale, forward. This is chest expansion. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, back. 1 more like that, reach. Now we add the head turn. So I'm going to turn my head to the right as I breathe. Inhale, look to your right. Exhale, center. Inhale, look to your left. Exhale, center. Inhale to the right and center. Inhale to the left and center. Inhale to the right, center. Inhale to the left, center. 1 more time to the right, center. 1 more to the left, and then I put the handles back on the pegs. I'm going to step off into the floor. All right, Jill, your reformer is low to the ground, so you don't need to do anything. I would keep 1 medium spring on. You might want to try heavy, but I'm going to put my box next to the reformer because we're going to do some standing lunges. But you don't have to put anything next to yours. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to keep 1 medium spring on. But like I said, you probably could do a heavy if you wanted to. So I'm going to take my right foot, put it on the carriage. My heel is up against the shoulder block, my toe is on the carriage, and my left foot is up against it right here. So I'm standing nice and tall. I'm going to bend it to my knee and go back into a lunge and then draw it back in. So for me, my left leg is the one that bends. My right leg keeps a slight bend in the knee. So here we go. We're going to take it out for 10 and lift it up. 9, lift it up. 8, and up. You can make it a little bit harder by bringing your hands here. 7, lift it up. 6, up. 5, up. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Great job. We're going to walk around to 10 on the other side. So I'm going to move my box, but you can just walk around to the other side. So on this side, I'm going to have my left toe on the carriage, heel against the block, and my right foot is pretty close to the frame. You can see it right here. All right, so I'm staying nice and tall. Now my right leg is going to be the one that bends. So when I push back, I'm going to bend into my knee, and I'm trying to keep my knee over the ankle, and then I'm going to draw myself upright. Here we go. So I take it back for a lunge and bring it up. You can even do a little arm swing if that felt good. Take it back for a lunge, lift it up. I think it's harder to bring the hands back here. Lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. I think 6 more. 6 and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to step off into the floor. All right. We're going to come back to your carriage, and I'm going to suggest 2 medium springs. You need some weight to this. 2 medium springs. You could always maybe do 1 heavy and 1 medium, just depend on how your springs feel. So you're going to come back to your knees. My hands are going to stay on the bar. I'm going to curl my toes up against the shoulder blocks. So I've got my toes curled, my feet are against the shoulder blocks. These are called knee stretches. All right, so your knees are on the carriage. You're going to sit your hips back. It's like you're almost touching your heels, but you're not, and your arms are right here. So from here all the way around is a nice straight line with my upper body, and I've got a little curve to my low back right here. So with an inhale, I'm going to push my knees and hips back. It's heavy. Exhale, pull it in using my core. So I inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back in. So that is called flat back knee stretches. We're going to do the round back. So I want you to round your spine. Scoop your belly. So you've got this nice scoop right here. You've got roundedness to your low back. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Here we go. Take it back. Pull. 2. Pull. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Bring it all the way in. We're going to stay here with these 2 heavy springs. Only thing that's going to change is instead of your hips being back, you're going to bring your hips forward. We're going to go into what's called down stretch to give your body a little bit of extension. So I'm thinking about bringing my hips forward, opening my chest, and now I'm going to take it back with an exhale, and then I'm going to inhale, lift, and open up. Exhale, inhale, lift, and open up. If this is too heavy, you can always tweak it. I think I'm going to go to one medium, 1 light. Here we go. Take it back. I like an inhale to lift. Exhale, inhale to lift. Exhale, inhale to lift. Let's do 4 more. And extend. 3, open. 2, open. 1 more. Come up. Maybe uncurl your toes. Sit back for a stretch. Okay, we're going to work our arms and shoulders. So let's come up. I prefer a light spring, but you could do a medium spring. Just once again, depends on what your springs feel like. So I'm going to go to my light, but you might medium might be better. So I'll give you a chance to play around with it. So I'm sitting on my heels. I'm going to reach around and find those loops. The carriage is very light, so I have to be careful when I come up and now in a kneeling position. So I'm on my knees, hips are over top, and I've got my elbows right by the seam of my shirt right here. So take a breath, start with your inhale. As you exhale, pull the air out of your tummy and reach the arms forward, and then bring them back. So that's going to be our movement. We will add on, so if you need the medium spring or the light, now's a good time to change. We're going to work with the number 5. So here we go. Take a breath in. Exhale, push the arms. Inhale, bring them back. Exhale, reach the arms. Inhale, bring them back. So I extend them out, bend them back in. 2 more, press them out, bring them back. 1 more, press them out, come back in. Now we add on. So exhale, reach the arms out. Open, close them back. Bend them in. Exhale out. Open, close, and back in. Exhale out. Open, close, back in. 2 more out. Open, close, back in. 1 more time. Open, close, and come back in. We're going to go for arm circles, okay? So we're making 3 circles in each direction. I want the arms to stay straight, and I always try to keep them in front of my hips. I'm going to start with a big breath in, and then I'm going to exhale, lift my arms up. Inhale, take them Exhale, lift them up. Inhale, down. One more time up. And back around. Reverse is always harder. So I'm going to let the arms be in front of me. Take a breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. One more time up. And bring them back in. Have a seat down. You can always do 5 of those if you wanted to. I just went with 3 today, but you could always do 5. Okay, I'm gonna definitely move up to a medium spring for this one. And we're gonna turn sideways. So I'm gonna be sideways on the carriage, still kneeling. And I'm gonna take the loop that's closest to me, meaning the front, and I'm gonna bring my arms out and I'm gonna lock my fingers together. So I've got one hand on the loop and then I'm gonna thread my fingers together right in front of my chest. Now with an inhale, I'm gonna turn in, and now exhale, turn out. Inhale, twist. Exhale, out. We're getting rotation now. Twist. Exhale, out. Twist. Exhale, out. Let's do 4 more. 3. I try to keep my lower body steady. Make it about the ribs. 2. Last one. Come all the way in and lower down. I'm going to turn around. We're going to do it all again to this side. So same thing. I pick up the loop. I lock my fingers together. With an inhale, I turn in. Exhale, twist out. Inhale in. Exhale, twist. In. Exhale, twist. In. Exhale, twist. Y'all can play. In. Exhale, twist. My neighbors are jumping on the trampoline. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. And come back in. Okay. We're going to put our feet in the straps now. So I always do 2 medium springs for this. So I've got 2 medium springs on. My head rest is flat, and this is where I'm going to get my feet in the loops. So I'm going to lie back down to my back. I'm going to grab onto my loops, press out, and place my feet inside. So I'll give you a moment to adjust and kind of see what you need to do here. All right. So start by bringing your toes up to the ceiling, and you can feel a stretch through your hamstrings, maybe into your low back. Just kind of pause here for a second, see how that feels. I like to use the breath this way. Inhale, I reach into the straps, reach the feet. Exhale, draw the toes to the ceiling. Inhale, I reach into the feet. Feet, pull the belly button away from your shirt and bring the toes up. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, return. Inhale, we go out. Exhale, return. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, out. Exhale, back. 1 more time, out. Exhale, pause. Now I'm going to bring my heels together, my toes touch, and reach the legs long. My inner thighs are really squeezing together right here. I come in for frog and press it out. So bend your knees wide. Bring your heels to your hips. Exhale, squeeze the inner thighs. So it's an in, exhale to reach. Again, exhale to reach. So I'm opening my hips, exhale, squeezing my inner thighs. Open, exhale, squeeze. Let's do 4 more. Open and press. 3 and press. 2 and press. 1 more, reach it out. We go into circles. Reach your toes to the ceiling, open up. Make a circle, come to the top. Open, make a circle, come to the top. 3, and lift. Keep the hips down. 4, and lift. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's reverse that. Here we go. Lower, open, meet at the top. Inhale, exhale out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now come all the way back up to the top. We're going to do what's called opening. I always like to start with my toes directly over the hips, so I'm pretty much perpendicular, 90 degrees. And then I'm going to open my legs wide and start to feel a stretch happening through my inner thighs. Wherever you can go, just enjoy that opening stretch. And then I draw my legs back to center. Now I want to push my legs away from me, so I reach them out a little bit more. And then I go again for that opening stretch. I've just changed the angle. And it may feel better, may not be as intense. Just depends on where you are with your tightness. And then bring the legs back together. Now we're going to try an exercise called short spine. If you want to watch it, at least the first one, and see if that's something you want to do. So I'm going to reach my legs out nice and long. Hands stay planted. With a breath, I'm going to push into my straps. I'm going to curl my hips, lift them up, toes reach up. I'm going to draw my knees down to meet my eyebrows, and then melt the spine and push your legs out. Again, inhale, curl and lift those hips up. My weight is in my shoulder blades, never my neck. And then curl it through and press it out. So if this is not for you, we're going to do maybe 3 more, so you can always go back to some more stretching. And again, peel and lift it up, bring the knees down, and melt the spine and push the legs out. Again, curl and lift it up, bring the knees in, melt the spine down, and push the legs out. One more time, curl it up, bring the knees down, melt the spine long, and stretch the legs out. Great. Bend your knees in, slide the loops off your feet, and now set your feet to the bar. We're going to do a little bridging. So make sure your headrest is down, shoulders are away from the blocks. So for bridge, I always say you can put your toes, your arches, or your heels on the bar. You decide. If you're starting to get a lot of hamstring cramps, I would definitely move to the heels, okay? So we're going to press the carriage out just a little bit, and you're going to imprint your low back, and then you're going to start to peel your hips up, and just find a bridge right here, and then lower and release your low back of the body. So we want to try to keep the carriage super steady. Again, imprint, peel, and lift the hips up, and roll it back down, and release at the bottom. 2 more times. Peel, using the glutes in the back of the body, and roll it back down. 1 more, we add on. So we peel and lift the hips up, hold the hips up right here, and now stretch your legs out, pull the carriage in, out, pull the carriage in, out, pull it back. 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and melt all the way down. Nice. Pull your knees in. Just give them a nice little hug right here. All right. So we're going to transition up, and we're going to finish out with some plank. So when it comes to plank, you can really pick and choose the spring that works best for you. You can do one heavy, a medium, and a light, a medium. So the key here is the heavier you go, the more work it is to push out, but the easier it is to come back in. The lighter you go, the harder it is for stability for the pelvis. So I think today I might just do one heavy spring. So I'm just going to put one heavy spring on, but you can play around with it and figure out what feels good. The headrest stays up. So I'm going to come to standing on my carriage. I'm going to have my palm here, my shoulders over my wrist. And then I'm going to set my feet back. I want my toes to stay on the carriage, but my heel will slightly be resting up against the headrest. So once I get my feet in position, toes are down, my heels are slightly up, I reach out and then I've got my long line here, which is my plank. I'm going to try to keep my shoulders back, ears over top of shoulders. With an inhale, I press out, exhale, come back in. Inhale out, exhale back. And if you remember, we kind of started off doing some plank work. Inhale out, exhale back. Good. Inhale out, exhale back. Let's do 4 more. Push and return. 3 and return. 2 and return. Last one and come back in. Now I'm going to walk my feet flat and I'm just going to bring my hips up to the ceiling. So it kind of is like a down dog, inverted V stretch. And this feels good on my body right here. All right, we're going to finish out with some mermaid, which is a nice side stretch. I'm going to keep that one heavy spring on. That's what I prefer. I'm going to have a seat facing sideways. I'm going to take my right leg. It's going to go up against the shoulder blocks. And my left leg is right here in front. You're going to place your hand here on the carriage, shoulder down. This arm reaches out. And I'm going to inhale, push it out, and reach it over. Exhale, come back in. Inhale, push it out, reach it over. Exhale, move back in. Let's do 3 more. And back. 2. And back. 1 more. Come all the way in. If you've got that block there, or grab onto your leg and just do a counter stretch. And now we do the other side. So I'm going to spin around. Now my left leg is up against the block and my right leg is in front. Right hand goes on the bar. Same thing. I take a breath and reach it out. And exhale, lift my chest up high. Inhale, take it over. And return. Inhale, take it over. Bend your elbow back in. 2 more. Inhale, take it over. And bend it back. 1 more, take it over. Come back in, find that top block. Reach this arm over. And come back in. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later.